Hey there, and welcome to Smart Path Academy. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today. We are bringing you a very special explainer focused entirely on mastering skill 38 for the Cambridge Primary Checkpoint English exam. So, if you're a grade 5 or stage 6 student getting ready to face those exact papers, you are in the perfect place. We're going to become total detectives of the English language today. Go ahead and grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get ready to decode the hidden mechanics of sentences.
Okay, so you want to guarantee those marks on the exam, right? I mean, of course you do. Well, here's the absolute truth about Skill 38. These questions are incredibly easy marks to pick up once you know the secret. But if you walk into that exam room and just blindly guess by ticking random boxes, it's going to cost you heavily. The Cambridge mark scheme is super strict. It rewards precision and it definitely punishes guessing. But don't stress, because by the end of this explainer, you literally won't need to guess ever again. We're going to unlock the absolute secret to word classes.
All right, let's dive into our playbook for today's masterclass. We'll start with why word classes actually matter. Then we'll break down the specific jobs of words, run through some step-by-step practice, learn how to dodge those tricky exam traps, and finally, tackle your final challenge. So, part 1. Why word classes matter. A word class is, quite simply, the exact job a word does in a sentence. Now, I really need you to make a major mindset shift with me right now. When you see a word underlined on your exam paper, you've got to stop asking yourself, what is this word? Instead, you must ask yourself, what job is this word doing right now in this exact moment? And this is because a single word can totally change its job depending on the sentence it's hanging out in. Think of it like a person who is a baker in the morning, right? But then at night, they play guitar in a rock band. It's the exact same person, just doing different jobs depending on the context. So our mission is to look at the sentence and figure out what the word is employed to do right then and there. Moving on to part 2, the jobs of words. Okay, grab a mental snapshot of what we're looking at here, because this is your ultimate terminology bank. These are the exact words Cambridge wants you to use. Let's walk through them. First up, the noun. Its job is to be a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Next is the verb. Honestly, this is the engine of the sentence. Its job is to show an action or a state of being. Then we have the adjective. Think of this guy as the noun's best friend. Its only job in the whole world is to describe a noun. Now look at the adverb. An adverb usually describes a verb, and your big exam clue here is that it adds information about how, when, or where something happens. A lot of them end in ly, but definitely not all of them. Finally, the preposition. This one shows position, time, or how things relate to each other in the sentence. Think of words like under, before, or across. Now, while those 5 are your core tools, remember your tool belt also holds pronouns, which replace nouns, conjunctions to connect ideas, and determiners to introduce nouns. Keep these clues locked in your brain because they're exactly what we'll use to solve the mysteries coming up. Which brings us to part 3, step-by-step practice. Before we even look at a past paper sentence, we need a foolproof method. And here it is, the Smart Path Academy 3-step logic. Step 1, read the whole sentence. Seriously, never just look at the underlined word in isolation. Step 2, find the word's job in that exact sentence. Ask yourself, who is this word hanging out with? Is it describing something? Is it doing an action? Step 3, once you know the job, match it to the exact class from our terminology bank. This gives you a really reliable, totally repeatable method that you can fall back on even if your nerves kick in during the real exam. All right, detective, time for your first drill. The falcon flew silently across the desert. Your target word is silently. Look really closely at the sentence. Apply step 1 and read the whole thing. Now, step 2. What is silently doing here? What other word is it attached to? Think about those clues from our table. I'll give you just a second to solve it. And this brilliantly illustrates our method. Let's break down the model answer. The word is silently. What's its job? Well, it's telling us how the falcon flew, right? Because flew is an action, a verb. The word silently is describing a verb. Therefore, its class is absolutely an adverb. If you got that right, fantastic. You use the context of the sentence to actually prove the answer. Okay, let's turn up the heat a little bit and see how this builds. Here is a multi-word challenge sentence to test those growing analytical skills of yours. The ancient gate remained closed during the storm. We need to identify the jobs for ancient, gate, and during. Let's take them one by one. Read the whole sentence. What is ancient describing? What exactly is a gate? And what kind of clue is that word during giving us? Let's see how you did. First, ancient. It's clearly describing the gate, so ancient is an adjective. What about gate? A gate is a physical thing. You can touch it, you can open it. Things are nouns, so gate is a noun. Now, the tricky one, during. Notice how during gives us a really clear clue about time. It tells us when the gate remained closed in relation to the storm. Words that show position, time, or relation are prepositions. So during is a preposition. Do you see how perfectly the system works when you focus on the job the word is actually doing? All right, let's hit part 4, avoiding exam traps.
So, teacher code TM, this stands for too many boxes ticked, or basically guessing. The harsh reality of the Cambridge mark scheme is this. If a question asks you to match 2 words, and you draw 3 lines just to be safe, you get 0 marks. If you tick 3 boxes when it explicitly asks for 2, 0 marks. The examiners know exactly when you're guessing. So the smart path method is simple. Tick only the exact number required. Trust your detective work, make your choice, and do not let doubt make you tick extra boxes.
And here's another massive trap to watch out for. Teacher code X. This means answer too general or lacks exact detail. Sometimes in a rush, students will write something like, it's a describing word instead of just writing adjective, or they'll write, it's an action instead of verb. So the absolute crucial point is this. Cambridge markers demand exact technical terminology. You must use the precise terms we covered in our table. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition. Don't use baby language, use your proper Stage 6 exam vocabulary.
Okay, part 5, your final challenge. This is it, the big test. I'm going to read this sentence with some energy, and then I want you to mentally solve it for me. The old machine suddenly stopped before sunrise. I want the exact word classes for old, suddenly, stopped, and before. Remember our 3 steps. Read the whole sentence, find the job, match the term. Take a moment right now to lock in your answers. Okay, let's reveal those answers and see how you did. Old is describing the machine, so boom, it's an adjective. Suddenly is telling us how it stopped. It's describing the action, so it's an adverb. Stopped is the action itself. It's what the machine actually did. That makes it a verb. And before tells us the time relation to the sunrise. It shows position in time, so it is absolutely a preposition. If you nailed that, you are officially ready to crush Skill 38 on your checkpoint exam. You know what? Because you've been doing so incredibly well, I want to leave you with one last practice sentence to take away and solve on your own after this explainer wraps up. Go ahead and write this down. The children quickly collected smooth stones near the river. Use everything we've talked about today to find the classes for those 4 highlighted words. And a quick hint, don't forget that little word the right at the beginning is a determiner. I promise you, if you apply the 3-step method, it's going to be an absolute piece of cake. Well, we've reached the end of our Smart Path Academy masterclass. But before you log off, I want you to think about this. If a simple little word can completely change its identity and its job just by moving to a different spot in a sentence, what other secrets do you think are hiding in the paragraphs of the books you read every single day? Mastering word classes isn't just about getting a perfect score on your Cambridge checkpoint exam, although, let's be real, that is fantastic. It's really about unlocking a deeper superpower to understand how language works everywhere in the world around you. Keep analyzing, keep looking for the jobs words do, and you will literally never read a sentence the same way again. Thanks so much for learning with me today.